Handel Sonata in A major. We run into this in book 7. It's the third piece. It's right before the big Bach A minor concerto, but it comes after we've already played 2 Handel sonatas. So there's nothing too nasty in here. I think people often look at the second page and get a little bit freaked out because they see the big intervals, seesawing between the A and E string, and those nice chord sections. Now, if you've been practicing your polo studies, those chord sections aren't a problem. And if you remember your basic technical approach of isolating small chunks, drilling them repetitively, and mastery learning, i.e. don't go on until you've got the hang of what you're trying to do, this isn't too difficult. But as always, breaking stuff up is key. Let's do a little playthrough of the Legato movement. I think the big things to watch out for in here are clean shifts and well-phrased ornaments. Nice phrasing in general, but the ornaments especially. Some people get a little excited and hammer out the trills instead of incorporating them into the phrase. So try and use your discretion to play musically rather than what's on the page. Legato. I am using the newest edition of the book 7, so if our bowing is different, that's probably why. I learnt it with the old edition, so my bowing occasionally quirks in a few spots. Ready, and... So, it's a sonata. That means we're working in partnership. It's a collaboration. And I think it's important that you listen enough that you can hear the piano part in your head when you're practicing a solo. So you know that call and response, dun, da dun, dun, da dum. And you know what's happening when you have rests, and you know what's happening when you have a long note. I'm stepping back now and I'm letting the piano take front and center. So there's nothing too nasty in there. The shift in the third line, which I didn't do a fantastic job of, sorry, from the B sharp to the A natural, that move to fourth position, I think I don't like it because I think about the B sharp with my first finger. I've always played that with the first finger. How weird, right? And then because I'm kind of off center, I find it a little tricky to get to fourth position. What should we do? We should play it with a ghost note. So let's play B sharp, then up to the E, which rings, and then plonk the 4 on for the A, okay? Find your notes first. Okay, we're using the E as our target note, so we shift correctly. And as always, when we shift, the angle of our hand changes so that we shift our center of balance, and then we can drop the fourth finger on the A. Go again. Sorry, B sharp, E, drop, again. Now take the E out of your playing, just play it with the finger, not the bow. Again. One more. Oh, that's like. Just as I was thinking I've got it. That's of course when you don't got it. The minute you start celebrating. Nothing else nasty? No. Watch out for a couple of G sharps because it's in A major, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. The G sharps are the ones that go out of tune. I don't know why. Let's take a look at the Allegro movement, which has, the first movement's got a lot of phrasing packed into it. It takes a lot of work to make it smooth. But the second movement, because it's fast and dexterous, needs careful, slow chunk practice. Let's have a little walk through the first line and a half. Not even. First 6 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, because those double up bows are the first thing that get left out. So if you have a highlighter handy, which of course you do, you have a pencil, an eraser and a highlighter on your music stand always, highlight the double up bows. Sometimes it's helpful to put the up bow in that isn't marked, the one that precedes the printed one, just so your brain sees that and goes, oh yes, I have to do 2 up bows in a row and I have the feeling of a new phrase kicking in. Ready, and. Know where your balance point is because you're going to want it. Ugh. That's what you need to know. Let's try the next phrase out. Watch out for the G sharps. That's enough. Let's attack that chunk again. When you're playing this, make sure you're not waving your bow around unnecessarily. Okay, the bare minimum it takes to get from A to E, E to A, A to E, E to A. And because it's a crescendo, you will want to play it with your whole arm. Okay, you can't do it with just the back of your hand dipping in. From the start of the second phrase again, which is in bar 6 on the second line, and. Up. Up. Now, when we play those fourth fingers, we are trying to trigger sympathetic resonance. So make sure you get that A string to ring, and it's a little bit like playing Vivaldi back in book 4 and playing in the A minor third movement. Okay, that sympathetic resonance. Oh, it's also like the Handel Sonata in book 6, where you did exactly the same thing. Try and trigger that sympathetic resonance every single time. Okay, let's play again from the very start and see if we can just get those 2 chunks working nicely. Okay, now we're ready to play from the start of the second movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. to the chords. Before we go into the chords, let's just take a look at bar 15 again. It's, make sure you cross that second finger over nicely in front of first finger. It's not new by any means, but often people try and do fancy stuff there. Just be aware, A sharp, F sharp, and then open your hand again. Position that G sharp nicely so that it's right next to the ringing E natural. A new voice. When you play this, remember that your bow is positioned on which string? Oh yeah, the D string. So your arm's on D string and you just drop the back of your hand down for A string. Two lovely spots where intonation often goes a bit wild. So let's play from second position to third position. Up you go. And it's up, down, down, down. Again. Make sure your 1, 2, 3, A, B, C sharp are all tones apart. Now, first finger goes to that spot. When you're playing in fourth position, name the notes. We've got B natural, C sharp, D. So, tone, semitone, tone. Just play that again. Again. One more time. Now try it with the shift. So it's third, fourth. Ready, and. Ready, and. One more time. Okay, now let's put the preceding phrase in front of it. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. You will have noticed, of course, this is busy, busy, stop, stop. And I say that here because it stops me lagging when I shift. Sometimes I hear this played like da, ya da da dun, dun, da, ya da da dun. Busy, busy, stop, stop, busy, busy, stop, stop. Really just helps the accents be in the right spots. Ringing A natural, make sure it rings. Ready, and. Cool, again, ready, and. Now, you'll have noticed that that first finger needs to sit on both strings. How do we do that? Oh yeah, we aim for the black space between the two strings. So rather than sticking it on one string and trying to lean across or doing weird stuff with your posture, aim for the black space between the strings and you should manage to depress both strings a perfect fifth apart. Sounds like twinkle? Crazy, but this is in A major, so it's actually a really nice way to just sort of the sharps out. Okay, play it from E, come across to the fifth, tone up, there you go. You just practiced all the notes you need for the next 4 bars. Wonderful. Before we go on and play those, let's just make sure our intonation was okay from bar 18 onwards. So with me, play slowly from bar 18 up to our busy, busy, stop, stop, busy, busy, stop, stop. That's a really nice chunk to work on. Think about where you're accenting your notes. Would you like your arm on E string level flicking up to A string level? Yeah, probably. Which notes are more important? Work it out. Let's play from da ya da dum bum bar 18. Ready, and up, up. down. I need to show you what my bow arm's doing. Okay, again, from the same spot, 18. You might want to take a look at what my wrist is doing. Or you might not, maybe you're completely okay with it. And you just want to practice again for intonation. Ready, and. Down. Alright, we ready to play our fourth position? Cool. Let's play from busy, busy, stop, stop, busy, busy, stop, stop. Here we go, up bow to start. Second position, ready, and. Semitone, ringing one, tone, make sure you shift it, tone, shift. Okay, now there's a bunch of different ways to practice this. Some people really like playing the bottom note, top note together as a chord. Cool. Some people like playing all the bottom notes or all the top notes. Okay, cool. Some people like just doing the whole thing and having the positions really clearly marked and talking about the tones and semitones across the strings. How you approach this will depend on your learning style, your strengths, and your weaknesses. So, here's what I like to do. I like to play the bottom notes because I think they're familiar, they're easy to hear if they're in tune or not, and then I position the top note relative to the bottom note. So, humour me. Let's start with bar 25, where we start playing the G sharp. Then in bar 26, we go to an F sharp. Bar 27, E. 28, D. 29, C sharp. 30, B natural. Oh, don't you really want to play the A just to let it resolve? Even though it's not in the music. Don't tell anyone. Okay, I just played those notes in first position because now my ears understand I'm just playing a descending scale. This is dead easy. I have 3 sharps, F, C, G to watch out for. Okay, walk in the park. Let's hop into our actual position, which is fourth position. So we want this. Yeah, got your note? Okay, cool. Let's play the G sharp, third finger. Tone to F sharp. Tone to E natural. Should ring, tone to D. Semitone to C sharp. Tone to B. Don't play the A even though you really want to. Let's do that again. G sharp. Doesn't ring because it's a G sharp, not G natural. Ready, and 2 down, 1 down, shift 1, shift 1, shift 1. And now we know exactly what's happening with the bass line. We know that those shifts work in that way, that when we go from D to C sharp, it's a semitone, C sharp to B is a full tone, so it feels different. Now, let's play the... Oh, it's a semitone across the string. So I've got my third finger in tune, put fourth fret beside it. Fine and dandy. Let's put the second finger down, a tone away, and still the fourth. Then I change, I put my third finger down for the D. It's a semitone from my second finger, so my fingers touch. Put my first finger down on E natural. Maintain the 3. Second finger's going down into C sharp, so I use my third finger to place it correctly. because then I know I've got a tone between 1 and 2, a semitone between 2 and 3. My 3 was right. Put the 2 right behind it. Yay, nice C sharp. Now I'm going to switch back to third position. First finger moves back and I drop the third finger down for C sharp. B natural, easy. Feel the tone between your fingers. Shift down. 3. 1. Semitone. First position. Ring. Obviously, I'm playing my notes in blocks so I can hear that they're properly in tune. If I go straight for alternating, taka, 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 it's very hard to hear if they're in tune or not. By the time my brain's worked it out, it's too late. I'm on to the next thing. So I'm focusing on just the pitch that I want to get correct, and I'm giving myself more time to think about it. The next thing you could do is just play each pitch twice, right? So let's find the G sharp again. Let's go. Busy, 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 change notes, change notes, change notes, stay there, change notes, stay there. But again, we've just got a little bit longer for the sound to register in our ears and get fact checked by our brain. Ready, play. 3, semitone. 1. Did it ring? 1, 2. Semitone. Shift. 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 Oh no, that last one doesn't happen because we go into with that G sharp leading us to our A major resolution. All right, feel like we could play the real thing? Let's try it slowly. G sharp. Ready, and. Shift. Okay, I cheated. I went on to the next chunk, sorry. So those alternating semiquavers, take your time with them. Doesn't matter how many times you play them. Doesn't matter if you stick to playing busy, busy, stop, stop for a week, right? And then take it into alternating or busy, 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 busy. You do what works for you. Let's tackle the next little bit, the second beat or the second minimum of 30. Make sure that when you play, you've got a really soft right hand so that the bow rolls nicely. And a great exercise is to put your bow on top of your bridge and to roll it using just your fingers. Yeah, so my arm doesn't go anywhere. Ooh, fell off the bridge. I'm just letting my fingers do that. My arm is completely stationary. But it's a really, really nice feeling, and it will be so helpful when you play tambourine in the next book. Okay, so just get a head start on that. Okay, one more time from bar 30. Ya-da-da-da-dum, and. Rest and. What just happened? Oh, these are chords. They're really easy. Shall we take them apart? Yeah, okay, let's do it. We have this idea. So it's the melody, okay, but we're accompanying ourselves, which is super exciting. Okay, it's really not. Make sure your left elbow is scooped forward so that you can drop your fingers on with good intonation. If you have your posture playing just the melody, you're not going to be able to reach those fourth fingers and it will be crappy. Let's take all the bowing out of it. And let's play it bar by bar. So let's play just bar, what is it, 33. Again. Yeah, we have a feeling of 3 separated quavers, but we want the top note to be smooth over the top. So it's a little bit crazy. We're trying to glide our bow smoothly along the A string, but separate the quavers on the D string. You're going to use your index finger, just a little index finger and thumb, to put a little bit more weight on the bow and make it tap, pop, pop, pop. Okay? But try and keep the 4th finger smooth. Who thought of this stuff? Okay, again. Stop me if you need to practice that 50 more times. I won't know. Let's look at the next bar because there's a lot more packed into it. And go slowly. 3rd finger's ringing D string, ringing D natural. 4th finger comes in right in front of 3rd finger because it's playing G sharp. Then you spread it up to A natural and jump the 2nd finger across to the A string. Oh, mine's out of tune. I don't like that C sharp. For some reason, I always get a little bit lost going from F sharp to C sharp, which is daft because it's straight across the strings. My 2nd finger just has to do this. I don't know, I'm just allergic to that move. I always have been. So I'll work on that. You work on your general coordination. Let's play the very first chord and busy, busy, stop, stop it. Add the 4. Jump the 2 across and spread the 4 up. Again. And one more time. Now, while you've got that nice long note, get ready for your 1st finger to drop in. Again. Keep your bow separate, don't slow it yet. Jump the 4 across and sandwich 3rd finger up to it for G sharp. Yeah, good, again. And I like to sneak my 2nd finger in here because there's no way I can play 3 into 3, that would be weird. So, it's not marked in the music, and lots of people try and do weird stuff with their 4th finger or move the 3rd finger. It doesn't work. Use your logic skills for a minute. The last 2 notes of bar 34, we have an E natural and a G sharp. Okay, that's our 4 and high 3. Then we need to play D natural and G sharp. We leave the high 3 on the D string playing the G sharp, and we have to borrow 2nd finger to come and play the D natural. So we go from 3 and 4 being sandwiched together to 2 and 3 being sandwiched together. That's why it just feels weird. 3 and 4 sandwiched together, sneak the 2 up behind the 4th finger so it's sandwiched with the 3rd finger. Just try those 2 notes. Ready? Sandwich. Good, again. 3 and 4. Sandwich. One more time. Sandwich. Of course, if you've worked through the first 3 or 4 of the polo etudes, this is so much easier. If you haven't, I really recommend them. They'll make book 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 way more approachable and way less intimidating. Okay, let's play all of bar 34. How exciting. Separate bows, okay? Keep it nice and steady. Again, ready, and. Oh, sorry, I fudged my G sharp. I don't think I brought my elbow through. That's what happens when you don't bring your elbow through. You get flat 4th fingers. Ready, again. Amazing what I can achieve when I put my elbow through and under my violin. Also check out your left thumb because it's got to be tappable, right? That's loose. If you're grabbing on and gripping into the side of your violin, chaos ensues. Okay, one more time, just that bar. Spread. Cool. That's yours to practice 25 more times. Try the next bar. The 4th finger maintains under both quavers because it's a crotchet, right? So you have a unison there again. If your unison doesn't ring, it's because your fourth finger's in the wrong spot. Probably because elbows wandered off to the park. Again. Cool, next note. That's stolen straight out of La Folia. Oh yeah, this thing of at the top of the fourth page. So it's not new at all. Okay, I always think these chords look so different to La Folia because they're joined, but that's why I take all the bowing out, and then even if you want to rewrite it for yourself just to help your brain wrap around it, you can write every chord as a standalone chord. Don't worry about the slurred across notes, write them as their own separate chords and practice them with all the bowing stripped off it. And sometimes that's just the ingredient that you need to make it click, because this looks different, but it's the same. We've done it before. Let's go with bar 35 again. Drop. Cross, get your fourth finger on nicely, get the first finger ready. Okay, just play this again for me. And check your G sharp. Ready, and. One more time, long up bow, and. Yeah, once that G sharp's working, then add your chord. Ready, and. Cool. All depends on this elbow. Let's go on because I don't think there's anything too tricky. Oh wait, there's one more double stops bit. It's not that hard. Let's play the next chunk. Shh. One more time, nothing too hard in there, it's all just based off the previous stuff. Ready, and. Okay, here we go, next chunk, the last chords. The old bowing, sorry. It's all separate in this edition. I just played it the old way. Let's play from 42, slowly with separate bows. And. Now swap your fingers here and pull them apart because it's a G natural and a D. Hear that? Low 3. Okay, let's do that again and get the third finger shenanigans sorted out. Ring. Swap and pull apart. Tuck it in. Again, same chunk. Pull. Last time. Pull. Then find your ringing 3 again. All good. Let's just play 44 one more time. Let's play the whole chunk of double stops. Not too quickly because you need to practice it 800 times, at least. We'll keep the bowing apart for now, but you will practice it and make those slurs really smooth. Yes, absolutely. And. to do it again because I played a wrong note. I'm so sorry. And. There's a doozy there. My fourth finger is resting as lightly as it can on the string, so I can tug it back to a G sharp because I have to play. I'm using my third finger as a lammer, and I go from to and then I kind of reset my fingers because I want that ringing A back onto my fourth finger. Let's do those two chords. Ready, play. Make sure you've got your G sharp. Don't play accidental G natural. Ready, both chords again, play. Never stop and think about what your bow's doing because it will completely stuff you up. When we're playing, it's the same feeling as that rocking your bow across the bridge again. You want that really, really soft right hand, okay? I hope that there is some helpful stuff in there. I am only human too, and I am repolishing my book 7 after it's sitting on the shelf for a while I've had a little gap in my studio. So please excuse my errors. Quite honestly, I find it reassuring to know that other people make mistakes, and this is me getting a piece out that I need to practice and get back under my fingers. So while you are doing your double stops 25 times, guess what I'm going to be doing? Same thing. But I hope that taking this apart and talking about tones and semitones are giving you some tools to break it down, makes it more approachable, and yeah, helps you master it both in your brain but also in your hands. Cheers.